Hello and welcome back to ENG and my name is Bharati. In this video, I'll teach you the transitive and intransitive verbs and you will also learn about the various elements in a sentence. First, let us begin with the transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. The first one is the transitive verb. What is a transitive verb? Transitive verbs are action verbs that have an object. That is, a verb which is followed by an object is called a transitive verb. What is an object? How do you identify an object? The word that answers to the question what or whom is an object. You will learn about this in detail in this video. Now, let us go for the example. The first example is he stitched a frock. In this sentence, stitched is the verb. What did he stitch? A frock. So this is an object. So since this verb is followed by an object, it is called a transitive verb. The next example, we plucked mangoes. Here, plucked is the verb and mangoes is the object. Here also we have an object and so this verb is a transitive verb. The next one is the intransitive verbs. What are intransitive verbs? Intransitive verbs are action verbs that do not have an object. That is, a verb that is not followed by an object is an intransitive verb. Example, we played happily. In this sentence, played is the verb and there is no object. The next sentence, they will come tomorrow. Here, will come is the verb. As I told earlier, an object answers to the question what or whom. As the words happily and tomorrow do not answer to the question what or whom, they are not objects and hence these verbs, that is played and will come, are intransitive verbs. The next topic is sentence pattern. What is the sentence pattern? A sentence pattern is the grammatical arrangement of words in a sentence. Each sentence has a subject and a predicate. Example, the players are entering the field. In this sentence, the players is the subject and the remaining part of the sentence is the predicate. A sentence consists of the following elements. Subject, which is denoted by S. Verb, which is denoted by V. Object is denoted by O. Complement is denoted by C. And adjunct is denoted by A. Now let us see the basic sentence patterns. The first one, SV, SVO, SVIODO, SVDOIO, SVC, SVOC, SVA and SVOA. Now let us see this sentence pattern one by one. The first one is the subject. What is the subject? Subject refers to a noun or a pronoun in a sentence. It is denoted by the letter S. The next element is the verb. What is a verb? A verb refers to the word that denotes an action or a state of being or possession. It is denoted by the letter V. Example, elephant's trumpet. In this sentence, elephant is the subject and trumpet is the verb. So the sentence pattern is SV. The next example, stars twinkle. Here, stars is the subject and twinkle is the verb and the pattern is SV. Now the next element is the object. Object answers to the question what and whom. It is denoted by the letter O. Example, Sam eats an ice cream. Here Sam is the subject, eats is the verb. What does he eat? An ice cream. This is answering to the question what and so it is an object and the pattern is SVO. The next example, Roger met his old friend. Here Roger is the subject, met is the verb. Whom did he meet? His old friend. Since it is answering to the question whom, it is an object and the pattern is SVO. A few sentences may have two objects. In that case, the object is identified as the direct object and the indirect object. So, object is of two types. One is the direct object and the other one is the indirect object. Direct object answers to the question what and whom. Direct object is the object itself and so it answers to the question what and whom. Indirect object answers to the question to whom. Now remember, direct object answers to the question what and whom and indirect object answers to the question to whom. Now let us see the example. The first one, the chief guest gave us prizes. Here, the chief guest is the subject, gave is the verb. To whom did he give? He gave us. So, this is the indirect object. What did he give? Prizes. So, this is the direct object and the pattern is SVIODO. The next example, Granny told us bedtime stories. Here, Granny is the subject, told is the verb. To whom did she say? To us. So that is the indirect object. What did she say? Bedtime stories. And that is the direct object. And the pattern is SVIODO. Now let us have a look at a few more examples. Santa distributed sweets to children. Here, Santa is the subject, distributed is the verb. What did he distribute? Sweets. So that is the direct object. To whom did he distribute? To children. And this is the indirect object. And the pattern is SVDOIO. The next sentence, farmer sells vegetables to the customers. Here, farmer is the subject, sells is the verb. What does he sell? Vegetables. And this is the direct object. To whom does he sell? To the customers. So this is the indirect object and the pattern is SVDOIO. The next example, he fed his pup biscuits. He is the subject, fed is the verb. To whom did he feed? To his pup. So this is the indirect object. What did he feed? Biscuits. And so this is the direct object and the pattern is SVIODO. The next sentence, Sarah taught them French. Sarah is the subject, taught is the verb. To whom did she teach? To them. So that is the indirect object. What did she teach? French. And so this is the direct object. So the pattern is SVIODO. The next element is the complement. What is a complement? Complement is a word or a word phrase that completes a sentence. It is denoted by the letter C. A complement completes a sentence. That is, complement is also of two types. One is the subject complement and the other one is the object complement. The subject complement completes the meaning for the subject and the object complement completes the meaning for the object. Let us see the examples. The first example, they are cousins. They is the subject, are is the verb. This word cousins completes the sentence and so this is the complement and it is completing the meaning for the subject and so this is the subject complement and the pattern for this sentence is SVC. The next example, that doctor is my sister. Here, that doctor is the subject, is the verb. My sister is completing the sentence and it is giving the completion for the subject and so it is the complement. And the pattern for this sentence is SVC and it is a subject complement. The next example, Kate has a keyboard. Here, Kate is the subject, has is the verb. Keyboard is completing the meaning for the sentence and so it is a complement and this is also a subject complement and the pattern is SVC. Now let us see some examples for the object complement. The first sentence, we call Subhash Chandra Bose Netaji. Here, we is the subject, call is the verb, whom. Subhash Chandra Bose is answering to the question, whom. So that is the object. Netaji is giving the completion for the object. What do you call? So it is giving the completion for the object, and so that is the complement. And the pattern is SVOC. Since it is completing the meaning for the object, it is called object complement. Next sentence. They painted the wall blue. Here they is the sentence subject. Painted is the verb. What did they paint? It is answering to the question what, and so it is an object. And this blue is completing the meaning for the object, and so it is an object complement. And the pattern is SVOC. Next sentence. The team elected Raghu captain. The team is the subject. Elected is the verb. Whom? It is answering to the question whom? Raghu. So that is the object. And captain is completing the meaning for the object, and so it is a complement. So the pattern is SVOC. The next sentence. He named his dog Caesar. He is the subject. Named is the verb. Whom? His dog. So that is the object. And the Caesar is completing the meaning for the object, and so it is the object complement, and the pattern is SVOC. Now the last element is the adjunct. An adjunct is either an adjective or an adverb. They give additional information about the sentence. Adjunct answers to the question when, why, where, and how. It is denoted by the letter A. Example, the train arrived late. The train is the subject, arrived is the verb. When did it arrive? Late. So that is an adjunct. So the pattern is SVA. The next sentence, he returned due to injury. He is the subject, returned is the verb. Why did he return? Due to injury. And so the pattern is SVA. Birds fly in the sky. Birds is the subject, fly is the verb. Where does it fly? In the sky. So it is an adjunct, and the pattern is SVA. We travelled by bus. We is the subject, travelled is the verb. How did you travel? By bus. So the pattern is SVA. Now let us look at a few more examples. Peter met Rajesh in the park. Here Peter is the subject, met is the verb. Whom did he meet? Rajesh. So that is the object. Where did he meet? In the park. That is the adjunct, and the pattern is SVOA. The manager entered my room suddenly. The manager is the subject, entered is verb, my room is object. When? It is suddenly. So that is the adjunct. So the pattern is SVOA. Today we tasted a new dish. When did you taste? Today. So it is adjunct. We tasted a new dish. We is the subject. Tasted is the verb. What did you taste? So that is an object. So the pattern is ASVO. Tom searched Jerry everywhere. Tom is subject. Searched is verb. Whom did he search? Jerry, and so that is object. Where did he search? Everywhere, and so that is adjunct, and the pattern is SVOA. The last sentence, Suraj eagerly attended the interview. Suraj is the subject. How did he attend? Eagerly. So that is the adjunct. Attended is the verb. What did he attend? Interview, and that is the object, and the pattern is SVOA. An adjunct can be placed meaningfully anywhere in the sentence. Now let me sum up. If a verb is followed by an object, it is a transitive verb. If a verb is not followed by an object, it is intransitive verb. And now coming to the sentence pattern, we have the subject, and subject is the noun or the pronoun in the sentence. Verb is the action word or it shows the state of being or the possession. Object answers to the question what or whom. Object is of two types. One is the direct object and the indirect object. Direct object answers to the question what or whom. Indirect object answers to the question to whom. Complement completes a sentence and adjunct answers to the question when, why, where and how. Well, this marks the end of this video. We'll catch up with the next type of verb in the next video. If you find this video useful, kindly like and share. Please hit on the subscribe button and the bell icon to receive further videos. Don't forget to drop your comments and queries down in the help box. Thanks for watching.